So this is something I've been trying to figure out for a little while. I'm looking right here at this ad for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. If you haven't seen my, quasi-review of it, you can check that out on my channel as well. But I'm looking at this and I see someone gave this game 100 out of 100. I mean, that's a lot of points. Not even a 99. That's 100 out of 100. Someone gave it a 10 out of 10, an A+, 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10. And without going too much into my review, I don't see a world in which you can think that about this game. And I've thought this for a while. How does a game come out that is not polarizing, like, let's say, Death Stranding? In a weird way, I can kind of understand someone giving a game like Death Stranding a 10 out of 10, even though for me it is not a 10 out of 10. But how can someone give a game like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, truly a middle-of-the-road Assassin's Creed franchise with some serious problems technically, at least, how could someone give a game like that a perfect score? And that's what I want to talk about today. Thanks for joining me. Yeehaw! This is Jake, your resident content cowboy here. And today, I want to figure out how this happens. How does a place give a game a perfect score when, in reality, I can't see a world where it is perfect? I just can't see it. So that's what we're going to figure out. We're going to go into some of these reviews. You're coming along with me, and we are going to try to figure out how someone can give a game that I truly think is middle of the road. How can someone give a game like that a perfect score? So here we go. I went over to Metacritic and I checked out some of the places that this lists right on its ad right here, so we could see what they said about this game. Let's start with Gaming Trend, a 100 out of 100, a perfect score from Gaming Trend. Snacks Fit for Odin, Assassin's Creed Valhalla review. 2 people reviewed this, by the way, and gave it a perfect score. Now, part of me thinks, what's happening here? And this, I think, is maybe a bigger problem around game reviews, is some people, I think, are so excited to get this game before other people that they're a little too hyped on it. You know what I'm saying? When you see some reviews and you think, I think you're just excited to have this video game before everyone else. But let's go down. So this review, we got a lot in here of just talking about kind of the story of it and what's going on. You can pick the male or female. There are storylines that run central throughout. I'm looking for the things that make it feel like this is a 10, right? That's what I'm looking for. Right here, there is so much content. Okay. I mean, that's, if you really like a game and there being so much content is really positive. I'm right now playing Spider-Man Miles Morales. I'm almost done with it and it's short, and I love that it's short. I really do. I don't need a game to be 100 hours for it to be really, really good. One of the things I enjoyed most about Valhalla is that it doesn't feel like I visited a Goodwill for weapons every time I hit a new town. Instead, much like the way real-world Vikings would, you maintain and upgrade weapons. Okay, so you're saying that's good. I mean, that's fine. I don't know if that's 10, but sure, that's fine. Vikings look to the stars for guidance, where they draw their power. When you level up, you're given 2 skill points looking skyward. They're just telling you what's going on here. I think the skill tree is awful. Honestly, I think it's one of the worst aspects of the game. It is not fun, but fine. You unlock stat improvements and get to core skills. Sure. More about skills. Combat. Now, here's something that I think would be really tough to defend, is the combat in this game. Even for me, where I think the combat is fine, I can't imagine anyone really liking this combat, but I'm interested to see what they say. Combat overall feels more weighty and precise while keeping you on the offensive. Your ability to attack, parry, and dodge are all governed by the stamina meter, which, by the way, don't we all love a stamina meter? Run out and certain actions will be slower or impossible. Fun. However, landing a light attack will replenish a portion. This is just telling me what's going on. Your choice weaponry affects your blah, blah, blah. Tell me why you love it. Tell me why it's a 10 out of 10. Here. The gigantic open worlds you'll be exploring likewise feel very alive. Whew, boy, I really disagree, but okay. Whether you travel the Swan roads, the regular roads, or off the beaten path, every inch of Valhalla is teeming with life and secrets to find. Boy, maybe, you know what? I guess I just really disagree with this person. It's pretty barren. In a lot of places, I feel like the world is pretty barren. Okay. There are innumerable side activities. So this is something they seem to like. There are innumerable side activities. And I don't think that makes a game great. I really don't. Just because there's lots of things to do, that doesn't make a game good. It's padding a lot of the time, but fine. They talk about the charisma thing in this, which is really not a big part of the game, I would say. Okay. There's stealth, which is always an option. Skulking around, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I think stealth is really, really toned down in this game. It doesn't really seem to be a big thing. Okay. Back to choosing your gender at will. Let's read the end of their review, shall we? Unfortunately, Valhalla isn't perfect. You could have fooled me with a 100. Unfortunately, Valhalla isn't perfect. While the game runs surprisingly well on my old graphics card, blah, blah, blah. Technical issues, isn't game's horrendous pathing, blah. I've also encountered 3 crashes. What are you doing? Tell me, give me your ending here. Gross and manipulative. What is this? Oh yeah, they've got some sort of microtransactions. All right. Assassin's Creed Valhalla is the best open world RPG this year. Its colorful locales are a joy to discover, combat and stealth feel deep and rewarding, and there's a Viking horde of things to do. Boy, at least with this review, I can say, I guess we simply don't agree. I wonder if they'll feel like this a little ways down the road, you know? I wonder if in 2 months they'll think that this is a perfect game, 100 out of 100. I don't see it at all, but I will say I think the review has a lot of just telling me what happens in the game. I don't see why they love it going through it. Let's continue. G-Style Magazine. What does this one give it? We're just going to skip. We're skipping down here so we can... God dang, this review is a 10 out of 10. Truly, Ubisoft has crafted what I find to be the pinnacle of Assassin's Creed experience, taking all the great elements of what makes an RPG and then staying fresh enough to tell itself apart. With an excellent Ivor carving an engrossing quest for Conqueror? Conqueror's Bad Fur Day and Betrayal. This is a game one cannot miss. Wow. Truthfully, there are far little things I find wrong with this Valhalla. A game this ambitious comes at a cost of minor and hilarious glitches during my playthrough. Yeah, I don't care about glitches either. It happens. Ubisoft has crafted what I find to be the pinnacle. Jeez. I don't even get it. Okay. How wonderfully crafted this world is. Taking screenshots of the vistas. What? I mean, what? I guess. I'm not seeing it. What is... Okay. Oh, yeah, and this one. This is one of the perfect reviews from their thing. This was one of their 10 out of 10s. You gotta, pay to see this. I'm not doing that. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, a roaring, bloodied success with true heart. Multiple beautiful open worlds. Combat has evolved into a gory art. No, it hasn't. The story is a true saga. You know, I guess what I'm seeing with all these reviews, besides the fact that they're just telling me what happens in the game most of the time and not telling me why it's perfect, I guess they wanted a different game than maybe Assassin's Creed had been serving up for a while, and they kind of just like a big, sprawling skill tree. People like that it's just big, sprawling. It's huge. This game is huge. Must be a 10 out of 10. It's so friggin' big. Let's see what else. Speaking of axes, the combat has significantly evolved. Well, that's true. A dual-wield system means Ivor can defend with a shield while raining down light and heavy attacks with an axe, equally pop up an axe or hammer. Blah. Great balance of challenge and skill, making stealth a valuable and thankfully now viable option. I guess I don't know what you're talking about. Watching the sunrise over a standing stones puzzle. Here we are with the vistas. Gleefully running your wolf alongside surprised deer in lush forests, building cairns at the top of a mountain pass, destroying cursed objects hidden in echoing caves deep below the ground. This is an Assassin's Creed game. Are you even playing one if sometimes you stand on things instead of standing next to them? What? What? This is an Assassin's Creed game. Are you even playing one if sometimes you stand on things instead of standing next to them? What? Am I going crazy? Did someone come in here and change how words work? This is an Assassin's Creed game. Are you even playing one if sometimes you stand on things instead of standing next to them? I think this person might have serious problems. With a sprawling world to conquer and gory combat, yeah, okay. Here we are, another review. I think this one might be a perfect review as well. This is a 95 out of 100. They don't use these scales very well, by the way. I never see like a 91. I never see anything like that. I never see an 86, you know? Why'd you go all the way up to 100? I'm going to use a 1,000-point scale for my reviews. Valhalla's stories are intricate in design. I don't know. I don't know what to say except when you read a lot of this, you just have to think, I don't think these people are... Boy, I feel bad saying this because this could be wrong, but I don't think they're being truthful. I don't know how else to put it. But when you talk about this game like this, I have to question your motives, your sanity, something about you. At the time of writing, I've put in approximately 80 hours into Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I've completed the main story, unified the Shires of England, and explored a lot of side content. Blah, blah, blah. If you're a fan of the Assassin's Creed franchise, you can easily spend hundreds of hours exploring everything this game has to offer. I really don't think that's necessarily the most positive thing. Assassin's Creed Valhalla is the best tale the franchise has ever told. You know, maybe people really love this story. Maybe that's what they really love about it. Maybe that's what we're getting out of it. I think I had... Did I have others? Oh, we just have some things. Assassin's Creed Valhalla takes the advancement of the series found in Odyssey and applies it to a whole new setting. I don't think they did anything similar to what happened in Odyssey, but fine. As brutal as the period of Vikings is, there's something beautiful about this adventure. Every action is rewarded with some great moments of storytelling. I guess they love the story. They love how big it is. I don't know. I wish I liked it more. I do. I wish I liked it more. I don't hate it, but I'm just kind of shocked. I'm shocked when you see Assassin's Creed as another success. We love that it's starting to look back at older, more classic elements of the franchise and finding ways that will re-implement them in an ever-evolving, fresh-feeling new game. Boy, this game just feels like such a half step to me. And I think if you look at a lot of people online, and I know this isn't always fair, right? But if you look at what a lot of people online are actually feeling about the game, I think the way people are feeling and the way reviewers are feeling, there's a big chasm there. And I don't know exactly how that happens, but one thing is for sure. A lot of these reviewers like the story. I think it's good, maybe one of the better parts of the game. Some people actually like the combat, which I think is bananas, okay? And I'm not talking about Diddy Kong Racing here. And I guess the fact that it's big and a big breathtaking, it's an open, breathtaking world. And lots of people want to say that something about Odin. I think because it's so big, people thought it was really good. But you know, I don't really think so. And I think you'd probably find more honest things here in the middling reviews. Now, or the mixed reviews, as they say. Now, I don't necessarily think that just because someone reviews a game low, that means their review is correct, but I am really surprised that someone could walk away from this game feeling like it's great. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, jack of all trades, master of none. Yeah, that seems about right. It's freaking huge and it doesn't do anything great. They may not be game-breaking, but the countless visual bugs... Oh, yeah, there's lots of bugs and stuff like that. A vast, multifaceted trip through a stylized Viking life with a new fighting system, manifold minigames and diversions, and untold glitches. It's Assassin's Creed to its core. This guy didn't like it. So, I guess... I don't know. I'm kind of in this more middle-of-the-road area. Here we go. Vikings may be a promising starting point, but Valhalla is aimless and bloated beyond recognition, making for a dull and par for the Norse installment on the franchise. You can't beat an ending like that. Par for the Norse. I think, realistically, with the user scores being right around a 7.3, and I don't think this game was review bombed at all, and these critic scores, these opinions feeling more in line, I think people were excited to have the game early. Maybe they haven't played an Assassin's Creed game in a while, or maybe they don't like Assassin's Creed and thought that this was really, really cool. I think these middle of the road reviews make more sense, and I think the other reviews, they're kind of tainted. There's something up with them. They're weird. They're weird for this game. So I hope you enjoyed hopping along with me, your resident content cowboy here. I've been talking too long about Assassin's Creed reviews, but I think we got to the bottom of it a little bit. Some people think that the fact that these games are big means they're good. I think they're big, and I think they're kind of barren. And I appreciate you listening to this video. Thank you so much. I love you. Mwah. Bye.